Hi, friends. Welcome to episode 3 of Maximizing the doTERRA Compensation Plan. It's our pleasure to be with you. We're grateful you're here. We're grateful to our 2 very special guests, Mandy Summers, who's one of our Blue Diamond leaders, and Sandra Kahawai. I'll be able to say it perfectly someday, who is one of our business development leader. No, that was your old title.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm the Director of Global Leadership Experience.
Director of Global Leadership Experience. Thank you. And it is all about experience, isn't it?
Yes.
It absolutely is. So thank you for filling that role. We are talking about, speaking of experience, we have a new experience in doTERRA, in our compensation plan. We've introduced 2 new metrics, right, that are actually really key to the development of our business and to our own compensation, right? To ours, at least.
Yes.
In the field, and that is PGV and TGV. So let's talk about with our audience what those are, why they matter, and just try and bring some clarity to that in as simple a manner as we can. So let's start with PGV.
Okay.
What is it?
Yes.
And why it matters?
Okay, so PGV is personal growth volume, and it's important for your Power of 3 boost, for earning your boost bonus on your Power of 3. And PGV is calculated by looking at all of your personal enrollments in the previous 12 months. And it'll look at the rewards volume placed in the current month by those personally enrolled by you. And it'll total it up wherever they may be in your organization. It'll total that up, and that'll be your personal growth volume for that month. And depending on how much personal growth volume you have will determine how much of an additional boost you can get on top of your Power of 3 bonus.
Awesome.
Yeah, and personal growth volume is important because it keeps us active in our businesses.
That's right.
Doing the income-producing activities that will grow our business.
That's right. All businesses are either in incline or decline, right? There's no pause button. You're either growing or declining, and this reassures that we are growing, right?
And it's not just in the network marketing space. This is something every business in the world deals with. And so I love it that I'm having to up-level as a business owner and become accountable to this personal growth volume.
That's right. Because, again, personal growth volume is only those rewards orders, right, that I have personal enrollment of that have enrolled in the last 12 months.
Yes.
That ordered this month.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And so that gives me that magic number because it allows us to boost our Power of 3. So if we have 400 points, 400 PGV, we get to do what?
You're able to earn an additional 50.
So we double the 50, right? We boost the 50 to 100. And then if I have 800 of those points, we boost the 250 by another 250, right? Which gives us that magic 500.
Yep.
Talk to me about that, because I know this is a number important to you.
Yeah, so the path to 500 is so important because so many people are looking for a side gig. They're looking for something that can help to pay some of the bills. Not all of them, because obviously we live in an economy that needs more than that. But that path to 500 is key. And if you focus in on the Power of 3 and this personal growth volume, you will then be able to create this not just for you, but for your team as well.
Definitely. And
teach it. It's duplicatable.
Sandra, how do we know what our PGV is?
Oh, it's a great question, because this is maybe a metric you've never really looked at or had to track before. So in your back office, under quick reports, there is a new report called Personal Growth Volume Report, and you can go and look at that, and it'll show you it's available now. And so as more enhancements come out, we'll be rolling out additional tools so that you have good visibility, you can plan ahead, you can know who to count on, and you also know who might be in their last month of contributing to your personal growth volume number because they're getting out of that 12-month window. And so it's good visibility on all those things, who you can work with, who's still within those 12 months, who's getting to the end of those 12 months and might be falling off.
So that it actually lists out for you everyone that's still in the 12-month window, right?
Yeah. And their dates. And I was just looking at a report that I got for mine, and I was noticing that I did a lot of enrolling last year around this time, but then I took a little bit of a break, and it tells me I need to replace that. And so I love having that information coming back to me that, yes, maybe if I take a month off or 2 off, I have to be accountable to keep that personal growth volume going.
That's right. If you want the boost.
If I want the boost. And of course we do, right?
That's right.
Who doesn't?
That's right. Okay, very good. So I think we're clear on PGV, right? Sound good? We're good? Okay, let's then move on to our team growth volume. Okay, TGV, what is that and why does it matter?
Yes. So let's try thinking about it this way first, since we just talked about PGV. So TGV, it's also looking at that same 12-month period.
Right.
It includes both rewards orders as well as standard orders. So it includes more order types, right? So it's kind of including all those things. Different from PGV, it includes those you personally enroll. It includes enrollments from those within your team, as well as those who are reactivated. And so there's a broader category of people that it will be including. And then the definition of team really depends on what your paid rank is in a month. Because what it's looking at is levels of influence. So, for example, we'll take an elite. An elite might have several different levels of, builders and customers below them. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 3 sponsor levels immediately below them. We're going to look back at the 12 previous months and see who joined the team during that time. And then who this month is placing either a rewards order or a standard order of any size. We're going to add that all together. And that's how you're going to get your team growth volume number.
Awesome.
I really like this team growth volume metric because a lot of times in doTERRA we find organizations that have what we call an elephant leg, where maybe you're qualifying as an elite, but you've got 10 levels deep on this one leg, and so the growth is happening deep, and you're not getting the rewards of that. And so what this tells me is I need to teach people to build wide according to where they're at in the compensation plan, in their rank. So with elite, it's those 3 levels. We need to be working within those top 3 levels. And then we move down to 4, 5, 6, till we get to that 7 levels. And I remember something that you did years ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago. You were talking about unilevels and rank compression. And I remember you showing just like building it out perfectly and how impactful that could be on somebody's business. And the number was something I never imagined I could make in a month. And I feel like this is teaching us how to do exactly what you were teaching back then.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really fascinating how it allows us to focus, teaches us where to focus.
Yes.
Right? To get maximum benefit from our business. So the team growth volume for the ranks elite through gold, and we're going to put a graph up on the screen for those of you watching so that you can see this chart. But really for elite through gold, what this qualifier is allowing you to do is to unlock your lowest 2 ranks of the unilevel, right? So that you're getting paid in the deepest amount of sales volume that you can get paid on. Right, so this is important. So for an elite, you would need 300 in TGV, Premier is 400, Silver's 500, and Gold is 600, right? To open up those, unlock, if you will, those bottom 2 levels, which can be very significant income.
Yes.
Right, for people, depending on the size of their team and of course, their total sales and all of that. So, but it could be very significant.
The beauty of it is that our compensation plan is so unique because the deeper down we go, the greater our unilevels become. And that's opposite of what most compensation plans are in our industry. And so when we make our focus on that and we systematically build down, we can expand our potential.
That's right. That's right. So the team growth volume is a little different for platinums and above.
Yes.
Okay, so for platinums and above, their full unilevel is unlocked. Right, so they don't have to worry about that. The qualifier now changes to have influence over the pools. Yes. And we have a variety of pools at different percentages that are these big global pools that we share, right, based on our rank and other qualifications, including this team group volume, team growth volume. Has an influence on this. And so, for example, putting the chart back up on the screen again, platinums need 4,000 in TGV to earn full shares in their pools, right? And then diamonds, 6,000. So it's an increase, right? For their shares for the performance and diamond pools. And blue diamonds need 12,000 in TGV for their pools. And presidentials, 18,000 in TGV. So what this shows me is a natural progression, right? Based on rank. But also keep in mind, the prospective team that is going to be fueling these TGV requirements is also much larger.
Yes.
Right? And so to me, it's very appropriate that the numbers grow with the advancing rank. And so...
And it encourages us to be leaders. because this isn't just based on what we're doing. This is based on us teaching our team how to duplicate.
That's right.
And that requires leadership skills.
And do these numbers, Mandy, where do these numbers come from? From what levels?
So they are from the first level all the way down to 7.
That's right. That's right. So again, another thing I like to point out here, and I know we've mentioned it earlier, it incentivizes us to focus on our 7 levels.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Which also builds our unilevel income, okay, which is very, very important, but also rewards us in the pools because now we'll qualify, right, for all the full shares because our TGV is going to be more than enough.
I think that it gives us that sense of stability that we're growing for. And like I was saying earlier, where a lot of teams have these 1 or 2 lines that carry the majority of their volume, this is just encouraging us to focus in on our full 7 ranks and not just put all of our focus into that line that's 15 below us that we're using for rank. It's like now we're growing not only rank, but we're growing unilevels as well.
And is this also available in our back office to see
Yes.
this number? It is. Woo-hoo!
Yes, so we have a team growth volume report in your back office and a unique aspect of the report. So we mentioned before that depending on your paid rank in a given month, it'll determine how many sponsor levels you can count. Say maybe you're looking to rank advance though, and you're wondering how much more team growth volume you'll be able to pick up as you advance from silver to gold, for example. What will that difference be? In the report, you can actually put in a target rank, so to speak, and it'll show you what your team growth volume would be if you were to pick up that additional level. And so it allows you to do some really strategic thinking and planning ahead of time. And we know that leaders, are trying to be intentional around what they're working towards in terms of their goals, whether it's a rank or something else, so that it gives them additional data beyond just like showing you where you're at. It shows you the possibilities, the potential, right? As you look to rank advance and do more and build out your team and grow, it'll give you that visibility as well.
Excellent.
I feel like with all of these new metrics, our eyes have become open. It's like I felt like I was a little in the dark, and I'm a spreadsheet girl, so I did a lot of spreadsheets, but these new metrics have brought new life and new eyes to my business.
Very powerful. Thank you. Thank you both of you for being here and for everything you're doing to contribute towards launching this and getting the word out. We would invite any of our audience members. We understand these are metrics that are new, right? And so it might take some time to totally grasp it, and that's okay. For most of our leaders and most of our builders, it took time for us to understand the current compensation plan, right? It didn't just come, in 1 hour sitting there. So it's okay to take time to master these and really, really learn them and ask the questions, and we invite you to do so. So thank you for being here, and we'll see our audience in the next episode.